Alright, let's get this a bash then, shall we? Let's try and make a game that is going to be very depressing to watch in real time, somewhat actually enjoyable. What's good? What's popping? What's going on? I'm not sure how many people are in here because Streamlabs is doing Streamlabs things. We're underway though. We've got an interesting one. We're up for the World Cup qualifiers. This is game 1. We're up against Denmark. Probably the hardest game, if you're asking me personally. Has to be the first one, so basically we get shot down before we even get going. Basically Steve Clarke has pretty much fucked it with the team selection. Everybody was pretty much waiting to see what would happen, obviously with the announcement that Tierney and Ralston probably weren't fit enough to start. Not that Ralston would have got a start, but Tierney would have made a case. He obviously wasn't selected, so we've got a bit of a different lineup. How you doing, Chateau? Nice to see you, brother. Hope you're well. Just pulling up everything. We'll be keeping tabs on both games today. I want to clarify, we'll be keeping tabs on Greece and Belarus as well because they kick off at the same time as us. So we might as well, you know, opt to kind of keep tabs on those as well. We'll go to the main screen. Let's have a little gander. Here's what we've got. Here's what we're working with. This is Denmark's lineup. As you can tell, it's a strong one. A couple of players you might be able to recognise, but we should touch on Scotland's first because, I mean, like I said, not the strongest. I don't know why Grant Hanley keeps getting starts. I seriously am concerned. Obviously, this was a game where Hendry and Sutter would have been the preferred combination. But I guess for whatever reason we've gone with Hanley and Sutter, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Hickey and Robertson. It's nice to see Aaron Hickey back in the lineup. That's good to see at the very least. But again, not really fully running when it comes to fitness, let's say. That Gunn is Gunn. He's either going to be really good or really bad, but he'll probably have more touches than our fucking forwards today, let's be honest. So there is that. As for a midfield, I don't mind the midfield too much. It's kind of what you would think. It would be a case of who starts in behind the main striker. Obviously Dykes got the nod there. You could have picked Hurst. Personally I would have picked Hurst, but Dykes is the one that gets the nod. Adam starts in behind him. McGinn's on the left, which is a bit of a surprise, but then again we've seen him play there before, so not too shocking to be fully honest. And Ryan Christie starts on the right. Personally I would have gone for Doak, but again Clarke just doesn't seem to pick the players that are actually on form, or more importantly good when it comes to playing national team football. But Christie and McGinn are on the wings today, so that'll be an interesting combination to see if they can get anything going, especially against a side as strong at the back as the Danes. They do have some very interesting players that you can obviously look at. Obviously the fullbacks are the key ones if you're asking me honestly. That's where a lot of their good counter-attacking comes from Mele and Neeson. So it'll be a case of obviously keeping them quiet, and that's going to be difficult because Robertson's not really got the legs nowadays, and like I said, Hickey isn't exactly up to full fitness, so it'll be interesting to see how that dynamic plays out. The boys are just walking out the tunnel as we speak. But yeah, I mean, the rest of the team makes sense. Christensen, Anderson, and of course we've got Celtic's goalkeeper starting against us, and this will probably be the one game where he actually plays just out of his mind. I'd imagine it would just be typical, right? But obviously Casper starts in between the sticks for them. Their midfield, very, very strong, can't really argue with it. Dreyer, Humulin, Damsgaard and Højbjerg, very, very solid in a lot of aspects. And of course the guy that we were linked with up until pretty much the end of the window, especially once we lost either, was of course Kasper Dolberg. He starts for them today in behind the ref. So it's, you know, not the worst lineup for us, but the Danes have came out in force. I mean, they've got the whole tifo going and everything. They seem like they're here to play. Definitely going to be an interesting match whatever way this works out. I don't know how many people are in here, mind you, but anyone that is, thank you for joining us. I know that these games usually do a lot worse than the standard Celtic matches, so anyone that's joining us for this, you're much appreciated. We kick off in about 5 minutes from now. But how's everyone else's weekends and things going? Or weeks, I should say, technically, right? It's Friday, so I was going to say, what, any plans for the weekend? But yeah, they'll just be singing them all the anthems now. I mean, the Scots have turned up in force. You always expect the Tartan Army to do so, and surprise, surprise, we have done exactly that. But it is a tough test today. I'm pretty sure it's Copenhagen Stadium as well, if I remember right. So the Parken, I believe it's called. But the national anthem of Scotland's playing, so that'll be interesting. I hope this is somewhat decent at the very least. I'm going to grab some just before we kick off, so bear with me. Be back while that anthem plays. What? Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot the whole skull production thing. I should pop that up. Give me a second. Give me just a momento. Let me fix that the now. Score production. pretty sure it's that. That's the wrong one. That's the right one, there we go. Got it down in the bottom corner, 2 each. I think, realistically, would be the more respectable goal. I think there's definitely goals to be had in this game. Clark obviously knows you can't sit and play defensive, and if he does, we're going to get hammered by about 4, so it's going to be a case of, do we have the right tactics to get the job done? Because, like I said, this is going to be a very open source type of game. You feel like it's going to be back and forth, especially for the first 20 minutes. Neither side will want to be the kind of slow starters. I mean, you'd hope so anyway, so as long as we can get something going, I'll honestly be half content. But like I said, the Danes, they know how to play some decent football when they're on it. Of course, they've had that numerous good campaigns, actually. From the top of my head, obviously everyone talks about the Euros run to the semi-finals where they got a little unlucky not to beat the English, but still a very, very strong side. Maybe not at the peak of their powers, but certainly on paper you would argue they're kind of similar, if not just a wee tad stronger than us. So that'll be a fun one to watch, to be honest with you. Make sure if you're in here as well to kind of share the stream around. I know this game is easy access. It's on BBC for those that don't know. So if you want to watch it, very easy way, I guess. I'm just watching it through a different feed. Jesus Christ, you can hear the noise, man. The Danes have some passion about them as well. You have a feeling this is going to be a very good game. I mean, you'd hope so anyway. Like I said, it depends on what Clark's tactics are for this, because if it's the same shit that we've played over the last few national matches, it's going to be very hard to see us getting any form of positive result. That's why a lot of us would have thought, look, maybe we switch out for Hanley, maybe we switch out for Christie and bring in someone like Doak or Hendry to kind of cover those spots. Like I said, it's nice to have Hickey back, but that's pretty much about it, honestly. That's about like the one slight positive that we have going into this. Like I said, it's very open-ended, and we will be keeping tabs on the other match that's going on as well between Greece and Belarus, so hopefully we get something going, and that would be quite nice. It'd be very interesting in that aspect if we can actually get some form of decent shit going. But like I said, their lineup is pretty straightforward. We should read them out one last time for anyone that missed them, or if you're just curious. Like I said, I don't know how many people are in here. I'd be very surprised if there's more than 15. But for Denmark, let's start with them. Makes the most sense. It's Schmeichel in between the sticks with Neeson and Mari playing as their full backs, and of course Anderson and Christensen start as their 2 centre back pairings. Dreyer, Højbjerg, Humland and Damsgaard are their midfield forward. Of course, Kasper Dolberg and Bireth playing as their solo strikers. Technically they could go as a flat 2 if they wanted to. That's the benefit of their shape, so it'll be interesting to see if that's the approach they take. For Scotland though, it's a slightly changed side. Definitely an interesting one at the very least. Gunning between the sticks, Robertson and Hickey as our full-backs, which is nice to see, although again, would have been nice to see Tierney included in this lineup, or Hendry, but instead it's Grant Hanley that gets the nod at the centre-back spot, and Suter playing on the right-hand side. Ferguson and McTominay, of course, 2 very strong midfielders by their own right, and pretty much on form as midfielders too. And of course, again, you could make the case that Gilmore could have started this one, but I don't mind Ferguson too much. Gives it a bit more physicality in the midfield, which we're definitely going to need. Christie and McGinn start on the far sides of either flank, but they're not necessarily wingers. If you know how that Scotland play, they'll kind of funnel in and try and make it a bit more condensed where they can. And of course, we have a similar front 2 lineup when it comes to Adams and Dykes, although like I said, we're not really going to be playing with a flat 2, so it will pretty much be as is on that paper. If you want a little look at the bench options, like I said, there's a couple of faces that you could have honestly picked for Scotland to start this one. Like I said, you've got Gilmore, could have picked Miller, Hendry, McKenna, Doak, Hurst honestly could have got the nod ahead of Dykes if you're asking me honestly too. It's an interesting one, I have to say. It'll depend on what Clark's obviously got up his sleeve for this, but they do have options they can bring off the bench to cause some real fucking problems themselves, including of course Rasmus Højlund, who's actually really good, to be honest with you. I don't know why people shell at him as much. It's just because Man United don't really use him the way that they should. We're about to get underway here, so hopefully some football is to be played. Any half decent performance will do me and do me fine. And the first thing we do is send the ball flying forward. We should give this a wee refresh because Google will usually be about a minute ahead or so. There we go. Smashing. I mean, there's already a chance for us to win the ball up the pitch, but we've given it away. And immediately there's a decent half attempt with the ball through there. Good cut out for Hickey, but already half dangerous. Ball's been siped forward. Not exactly the most convincing ball, but again, no team really wants to settle on the ball early on. They get the pass away, and apparently an advantage has been given for them, so they just play on. Back towards the big fellas at the back, switched across to Christensen. They might try and look for a ball up towards Murray, and he does. Good simple touch in the end, actually. We'll give him credit where it's due. We'll give this a refresh too, so we can keep a tab on Greece and Belarus, because obviously what happens in this game could be very massive for us as well. If Belarus do the impossible, it would be funny, but I'm not expecting it. We'll just keep tabs on it anyway, just to be 100% safe. I feel we'll be under pressure for a good amount of this game, so we'll be a case of, can we stick with them, can we keep the man marking individual, do we try and spread the play, go zonal. Like I said, there's a lot of things that Clark would have had to have thought about before this game even kicked off, so like I said, the lineup might not be the most convincing we've ever seen, but it depends on how it's used. Ball out towards that far flank, and already there's a chance for the Danes into the box, cleared away by Hanley this time. Up far and away and back towards their centre back pairing, and Christensen will switch it across for Anderson and look for any open lanes. Simple enough, that's a great ball into space, and a chase down is happening. Dolbog's in behind. Decent enough hold up for Hanley that time. Robertson tries to get his leg on the end of it and does actually do a decent enough job of doing so, but it's going to force a corner kick for the Danes early on, right in front of the Scotland away end. Got to say, it is packed out. There ain't a single seat in that stadium they ain't taking. Don't know if that music might be a bit louder, we'll just kind of dial that down a tad more just to be safe. Don't want it to be too irritating for you all, obviously. Let's see what happens with this. First real chance of the game, if you would consider it that. Corner swung in over basically everybody, but should be retained by a red shirt in his. Quinn just lays it back. Simple. So yeah, if we're going to go all the way back here, honestly makes sense. Reset their shape and try and swing a ball in for distance if they can. Back out towards the left back and switched in centrally again. Switched across Anderson. They're just going side to side, but they're making sure that they're doing some real decent. That's a fucking good press for Dykes. Forces it back, and either way there's going to be a bundle over there, so I'm pretty sure there's just going to be a foul given for the sake of vibes. Fabulous. Can't really argue with it too much, but we should have probably done a wee bit better with that press. Not too angry with it though. Not too angry at all. Yeah, and Keith, nice to see me. Can you pull the line up? Sure can, fella, might as well. Here's how it's, I mean, apparently it's changed for them. They've switched their shit up immediately, I guess. They've kind of, yeah, it's what I would think. They've kind of gone with a more flat to it, but Dolberg and Damsgaard, that Damsgaard's been pushed up. For us, though, it's that. I mean, like I said, you could have made a case for a lot of other people getting to the side, but apparently they've just switched. Again, and Christie around, but they'll be doing the rotatory stuff the whole match. But it's gone in between the sticks. Hickey, Robertson, Hanley, Suter. That's our back four. McTominay and Ferguson, if I remember right, is our midfield with Adams as well. And of course, McGinn, Christie and Dykes starting up front. But, I mean, decent press from us there. I like the fact McGinn's staying very physical. He does win the ball, and it's just a slightly late challenge. Nothing too dangerous at the very least. Can't really complain about the start we've seen too far, but a yellow card has been brandished early. Don't think Højbjerg will be too impressed by himself there, but it was a foul. Poor place to give it away. That's much I will say, just around the halfway line. It's fair if he's just outside the box, but just a bit of a silly error if he did not there, to be honest with you. He'll have to watch himself the rest of the game. Looks like we're setting for a high zonal kind of move. Dykes tries to step in and force it. Nothing really happens. Denmark try and retain it. There's a bunch of bobbles. Hits the referee. And eventually it's been stopped for something. I'm not too sure. I think it's Ferguson that stayed down in amongst it. Hey, you know, it's nice to see, mate. Come on, Scotland, we'd love to see that. I think it'll be 2-1 Scotland. It's a good prediction, mate. Like, I'm kind of in the same boat, but I have to be pessimistic. And best case scenario, we get a draw out of this. Like, we don't have too much of a great record when it comes to Scandinavian countries. I know everyone talks about the Norway game, but Norway's more individuals. Denmark is a solid all-around team. Like, they've got great players from back to front. Blannet was complaining there, but it did take a deflection out for a throw-in, so Scotland will retain it at the very least. Interesting opening start to the game. Don't think either side wants to necessarily get a grip of the match, but you've got to be cautious in the early stages. The Danes know if Scotland get one, we can be defensively sound at times, To be honest, at times I say that very, very minimalistically. Oh, you doing, Flash? Nice to see you, fella. How's the recovery going? You feeling a lot better? This is our hardest fixture of the group we have. Genuinely, I was saying that at the start of the stream, fella. It just feels like it's going to be one of those games where, like, if we can get a result, fantastic. It's good for the morale, but yeah, I mean, you're trying to win a very, very difficult game, and more importantly, a very difficult place. Don't think we'll have too much of a chance of winning this game comfortably. It'd be like a scrapey win at that, but I think 2-2 is a reasonable scoreline to go with. But even then, that's kind of optimistic, because that's presuming we get shots away. We have a feeling we won't have too much of the ball at all, man. It's all Denmark so far, you have to be honest. Good touch inside from Anderson. That's a lovely flick on actually from Udberg, but it doesn't necessarily work out. Scotland can maybe do some breaking, but we give the ball away ourselves because Ferguson can't pass. Good stuff, nice to see. McTominay ain't too happy with it, and well, even McTominay's giving the ball away. Jesus Christ, lads. Not promising, but it is what it is. Ball switched in behind, good challenge, never mind, it's a foul. It looked like an okay challenge, I'll be honest with you. Damsgaard's the one that's gone down, I believe. I don't understand how that's a foul, I'll be honest with you, but they've given it. Fair enough. A lot better, still in agony. Oof, yeah. Because everywhere else is Yale Grace, just that one central spot, a pure absolute fucking annoyance. Well, it's good that you're getting some form of mobility back in a couple more weeks and you should be back to full. This is a dangerous ass area for a swing in to happen. Let's see what happens with it. They've got 4 or 5 on the outer edge, 2 kind of central, so you have a feeling this is going to be a high looper. Got a couple of bodies standing over it, so it's a case of if it's going to be an in-swinger or out-swinger, probably an in-swinger based on the position in that. Referee's having a word with Ferguson. Maybe being a bit too physical with Christensen, I'd imagine. The ball has been swung in! That's a good chance! And I think it was Dahlberg on the end of it. I think the flag was up for offside if it had gone in anyway, but it's a very solid ball into the box for the Danes. Warning signs that they can thread the gap there, because that was genuinely a lovely ball, but yeah, comfortably offside. If he'd scored, it would have not stood. Oh, Scotland can try and maybe break forward there. That just seems to be the thing that we do. We win the ball high up the park and then go backwards instantly. And if we do try and break forward, it's just panicky and there's no... Like, fucking hell, Robertson, man. Yep, like I said, we win the ball back, do all the right things, pass it backwards and then give it away with the pass forwards. Just don't do that, maybe. You have a feeling this is going to be a stressful last fucking day if this is what we need to deal with. But this is probably going to be delayed again because we won't be back to full for about 6 to 8 weeks. They're basically on fucking Johnston's injury like time frame now. It's good pressing for him again. I like that, staying with his man, but it's allowed the Danes to open up some midfield space and they might use it here. Played back towards Mallet. Or Mela. I think it's Mela, but Mallet is probably how it's pronounced. It's Danish, right? That's a big deflection, good take and touch. Cameron off, Dolberg retrains it, but I think it might have been out for offside anyway. But yeah, offside, fair enough, we'll take it. Hey again, guys, nice to see you, fella. You have to go, no problem at all, I'll say no problem at all. Will you be streaming next game? It will depend, honestly. If we don't do anything but win it, then I wouldn't really see the point. I mean, it's Belarus away. If we did lose that game, then we have no right to be in the World Cup. I'm covering this one because a few people in chat wanted me to. Oh. Could be something here, never mind. Immediately given away, fair enough, Christie. Ball played forward, there's a chance on a break now, and this could be a very good opportunity. Denmark are here on the forward. Step your man in, mate, don't fucking allow him into space. Good, there we go, they got the positioning right in the end. Is Dorgo and Hoyland playing? Hoyland's not playing, but Dorgo's... I think they're both on the bench actually, Chief, I'll be honest with you. I can show you Denmark's lineup there now, or once this play ends I should say, because they're kind of... Well, fucking hell, that was a wild ass cross, never mind. This is how the Danes line up here, Chief, if you're looking for a more simplified version of what's going on. Pretty interesting and a lot of expense, but yeah, the they're on the bench. Even Matt O'Reilly's there. That would suck to see him come on. But yeah, Dorga's there, Hoyland's there. They'll probably come on in the second half if they still don't have any goals to their name. Like I said, they do have very good options they can bring off the bench. You just watched the under-21s, Casimir was screwed by the linesman. I seen that we were playing, was it the Czech Republic? Obviously I was setting up for the stream so I didn't have time to really watch the game. Oh, come on, mate, stop fucking pitbull. How get the fucking leg in, Ferguson, you fat prick? Jesus Christ, man, standing your man up for like 10-15 minutes. Fucking hell, boys, it's been a very shallow opening 10 minutes. We're doing everything to give the ball back to them. There's no cohesive passing whatsoever. What the fuck is going on, boys? Laid off towards our fallback. Just showed the possession stats. Apparently the Danes are up nearly enough, 70%. Ball into space, good touch and take. Might just try and funnel the shot here. Don't honestly blame him for that at all. Doesn't really do much. Takes a big deflection in the end. Scotland retain the ball and actually break forward. Can we do something with it? No. Oh, but that's not... This referee's a fucking... Nah, bro. You've been sent a tenner and a half, haven't you? What's the fucking currency in Denmark again? Is it still the euro or is it something else? Like fucking... That was a foul, no doubt about it, but the referee isn't interested in we play on. No, you're not wrong at all. Just keep hold of the football would be a very ideal thing for us today, man. It's been about 12-13 minutes and I've only seen us maybe string together 3 cohesive passes. Meanwhile, Denmark are doing that shit in our final third like it's no problem at all. I mean, look at this, man. It's so desperate. Every tackle just looks forced. Calm yourselves down, lads, man. If you don't plan on fucking holding the ball, just don't. You can win the game without having the ball the whole fucking time, but it seems when we have it, we panic. Not ideal. Sent forward by Christensen. There's a decent ball into space. How's the touch? Not particularly the greatest from Dreyer, but it's going to be cleared up by Scotland in the end anyway. Dykes does well to hold it up and actually does well to force the touch. Some actual football. Good shit, Dykes. Ball sent out far wide. That could be something here. It depends on what McGinn wants to do with it. Late shot. Hickey. Good step to the side. He's got no options on that fucking switch though because Robertson's pinched way too far back. Scotland go for the switch. Not the worst cross into the box. Still dangerous. Headed away though. Scotland keeping the pressure. There we go, some sustained pressure. Ball into the box is half decent. Dykes with a header. It's not going to be too threatening, but ladies and gentlemen, it's a shot. We have had a shot. No fucking way. 2-1 to Scotland, you're thinking? Or, I'd hope so, but I don't really see it happening, I'll be honest with you. I think 2-2 if you're really being optimistic about it, but based on the way we're playing so far, yeah, the only team that's going to be scoring any goals won't be us. I should have kept the Lockie there. Nah, a wee bit of a square head on that header, I'll be honest, but I mean, at least it's a chance. Some sustained pressure and some actual football being played at least, so that's nice to see. Just take a little look to see what's happening between Greece and Belarus, see if anything's happening in that game. Well, there you fucking go. It's 1-0 between Greece and Belarus. So far, Crest's goal puts Greece 3 points ahead of everyone. Well, 2 points ahead technically, actually, because we're drawn right now. That's not a foul. Good. Please. Chance for us to do something. Have a shot at least. Instead, what the fuck is going on with you, man? That is piss poor on so many fronts. You had 4 fucking options and instead he stutters, delays himself. It allows Denmark to close the space. And the shot, straight at the fucking player. That's genuinely angering because you had McGinn open on that far side. You had Christie open on the other and no other option. Like, just pick the simple pass. Stop trying to be too fucking clever with it. Anderson sends it forward. That's a great fucking ball as well, actually. Now Denmark have a chance to do something. Great ball into space, and thankfully the touch wasn't the best. And it allows Ferguson to kind of slip in behind and steal it. Going to be a chance for them to do something with it, man. Don't know who they're setting up to swing this one in. It'll most likely be Damsgaard. Greece are going to win 3-0 though. That would be an interesting... We skip back to here, it'll probably be 2 no. It seems that it's all one-way traffic in that game. Technically is in this game too, for all intents and purposes. Denmark cross. Punched away. Referee again isn't interested in giving fouls. At least he's been a bit more fair about it either side. Good ball out to space. How's the cross? Very decent actually. Headed away by a blue shot, but still dangerously in that area. Adams, for some reason, tries to be clever with the touch and fucking bottles it significantly, but Scotland do very well actually to play out for the back. But McGinn gives it away. Like, lads, stop trying to be too fucking fancy, man. This shit's so stale. Shot for range, big deflection, still dangerous though. Denmark have it on the far side from the cross. Fullback swings it in. Headed up and away, corner kick for them. Such a stale, again, we've had one or two moments where we've looked somewhat respectable, but apparently Greece have just scored to make it 2. I'm not too sure, but that's just happened apparently, so yeah, Greece are 2-0 up now. I think it's fair to say that game is already signed, sealed and delivered for the Greeks. Wins England's game, I don't honestly know, I haven't actually looked. They could be playing there now, but genuinely would not be able to tell you. Corner kick, swung in by the Danes, headed up and away again. Popped. Half dangerous, no one's really tried to claim anything. I think it's going to be a goal kick for us. That or it's an offside or a foul, one of the two things have happened there. The referee's finally got involved with something. Apparently it is too. Yep, they did score. Pavlidis scored in that one. They've doubled the lead. Pretty effective from them, you have to be fully honest, give them credit where it's due. Yeah, they're really exposing the kind of right hand side of Scotland's team right now, because they know, like I said, Hickey's not really fully up to fitness yet, so expose the space. Good header and flick on by Dykes, but it's not really going to be too much of a pressurised thing for them up to deal with, sent high and forward. But they're trying to try and force it at least. Dolberg's there to try and help him out. Big deflection, and again Scotland just about clear the lines, but it's just literally bounce clear, bounce it away clear, bounce it away clear. There's an actual touch, nice to see. Roam it forward, but there's no systematic support. Robertson is playing way too far back. You got Hickey that's about 20 yards further ahead than him, man. You've got to be in line with your fucking fallback. You're the captain, bro. You should know this shit. Good play between McGinn and Hickey. That's a decent ball forward, but again, no awareness for Adams whatsoever. Bro's just a waste of a spot in that park at times, honestly. They play against Andorra, they'll win about 5-0 or something. Well, if it's Andorra, they'll handle them comfortably. That's a decent chance for us. Robertson. Why would you cross? I don't like Robertson when he plays for the national team. He's not good enough at all. You have the whole fucking box to aim at. You could have had a crack. You could have fucking took a touch. Nah. Fucking half limp it into the box and force a corner instead. Like, cool, you managed to get something out of it, but considering the fucking space you had there, Chief, that's not exactly the ideal outcome. It's a corner kick for us. Maybe we do something with it. But the Danes do have some big bodies in the box, so it's highly unlikely unless we get it towards the back stick. Have to go with a high looper, put some pressure on the bodies at that back post. Well, it is the high looper. And for some reason he tries to fucking volley it. That's 2 big mistakes for 2 key players in back-to-back minutes. That's fucking ridiculous. Why would you try that there? He had all the time in the world to put a header on if he wanted, but he leans back and tries to volley it for some reason. If you header that, you get it over and through all of the bodies. But instead it comes after the back arse of Suter and just rolls out for a goal kick. Fucking excellent work for us there. Shite. Played out from the back again for the Danes. Good pressure for Dykes, but gets a bit too physical there. It's going to be a foul, and Denmark will just try and pip it and play it forward as quick as possible. A little dangerous, but Scotland get it clear. Robertson flicks the header away, and that's about it. Well, yeah, I mean, if you had a betting man, then realistically that would be as straightforward as you can get. Oof, big deflection. Oh, fuck me, the space that is open on that flank. Cross into the box is half dangerous, and thankfully Gunn uses his hands. Simple enough. Not exactly ideal from us in the opening stint of this game, but it is what it is. We're holding our own so far, so not the worst. I really respect that he threw him. That's got to be a foul. One of the two of them were. I think they pulled it back for the original one on Adams. Both him and McGinn took a bit of a batter in there. Anderson's not too happy with it, but he'll fucking wipe his boy out. Like, oh, he got kicked in the balls. Oh, he got studied in the balls. Never mind, that's even worse. That's honestly, bro, that's more of a yellow card than the one fucking Hoiberg got. Unintentional, otherwise Anderson's very lucky not to go in the book for that, man. He just booted some fella square in the balls and got away with it. Incredible. Good set piece opportunity, but it's going to depend on the cross, and Robertson's had two really good chances to do just that and hasn't really hit the target on either or. So it'd be nice to see an overlapping one, just get it somewhat half decent. There's the in-swinger. Cleared away by the first real red shot that was in the air there, but still in the final third, so who knows. It's very push and pull between the two teams right now. Scotland have grown into the game just a tad bit more. We're grabbing a little bit more possession and shot count back, but no real end product in what we've got going so far. That's a good little take actually, and a nice wee pass back. It opens up space there. Ferguson plays it safe though and goes back towards Robertson. Probably shouldn't have done that, Chief, when everyone else is in front of you, because all you've done is just allow Denmark to reset their shape. You fucking fool. This is why Gilmore probably should have started this one. We need people that can drive. It's a good ball over the top as Dykes onside. It looks like for now he is. Referee looks to his linesman, no flags going up, and Dykes just plays it safe, wins the throw in. Honestly, not too bad for the big man, but again, it just doesn't look like we're trying to really go at them, man. Had all the time in the world to run. He was onside as well. He timed it perfectly on the shoulder run behind Anderson, but doesn't really do too much with it. We have been through the first 20 minutes, so this is where the game should expand a little bit. Calm enough, boys. Not the worst. See if we can get a cross in, that'd be alright. Just go get the cross in, boys. Stop trying to do this cut back fucking pish. That's the 5th in a row. And then that for the cross. What's the fucking point in you sometimes, brother? Shite. Denmark have a chance to break forward. Probably 3-0 Greece. Goal every 7.5 minutes. For fuck's sake. Well, yeah, that game definitely has like a 5 or 6 route over it. Let's have a little look. Jesus Christ, man. Back assessed this with that one. Fair enough. Yeah, it's fair to say that they're going to be top of the group regardless of outcome tonight. Scotland are bad, but we're not bad enough to concede 3 that quickly. Chance for them to break forward here though. Oh, the ball into the box is really good as well. It's just no one was really positioned right. Even the hand goes up for Casper and Bayreuth there. I wouldn't say it's been a disappointing start, but it's about the same as you would expect. Very little of the ball for Scotland. We've had a couple of half chances at best. Nothing too severely good. You'd say the best was off of the back of that kind of corner chance with McGinn deciding to volley it for some reason. If he went for his head, he could have probably got something a bit more out of it. But sent high and forward by Gunn. To be fair, great headed one there, but Scotland will send it back into the danger zone. Adams will chase in behind just in case. But well dealt with by Denmark again. Not the greatest first touch for Ferguson, man. You are very lacklustre at best at times, brother. Get out of your arse. Would be nice to see. Back towards Angus. And you're just allowing Denmark to step forward again. Like, what's this? It seems that Denmark aren't really good under pressure. Like, this is the thing. They don't seem nicely shaped defensively. That's a great fucking switch for Hickey though. Hold on, Chance Christie goes for the whip cross. It's not a bad one, and it's an outstretched leg from I think Adams at the back post trying to make the run there, but just slightly overhit, like I said, getting into the right areas, but the crosses just ain't connecting when they have to. Much better attempt at things though. Christie, not the worst ball into the box. I think he was originally trying to aim for Dykes, but just overcocked it a wee bit, and Adams couldn't really outstretch his leg far enough to get something on the end of that. A little disappointing, but it is what it is. Not good when you have McGinn. He's on his feet now at least. Well, signs of life. That's the one positive we can take from this game so far. Let me watch this, read that message at some point. It's a long ass one. That's a good ball into space. Go back towards gun. Not honestly the worst decision there if Adams can hold it up. Does win the first knock on, but he just gets a bit too angsty with it and then bundles his man over for a foul. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Foul for the Danes. I really don't think Human will be too bothered by that, honestly. I think he was happy either way. Christensen to Damsgaard. Back towards the man at the back. Really an enthusiastic ball into space, but Scotland was always going to win the knock-on. Can these hiccups fuck off, man? They've been there for like 15 minutes. Stop your shit. That's good enough. Played out. That was your control. Decent flick on, but it's still dangerous. And you prioritise bundling the man over there. Why? Just giving Denmark more bodies in that final third. Cross definitely coming in here. Looked over everyone, but eventually popped away by Hickey. Decent stuff, boys. At least you stood your ground that time. As long as this game is 0-0, Scotland still have a chance. Well, yeah, theoretically, you only need to be in the top two. But, yeah. Ideally. Oh, that's a big deflection. I think it's going to be a corner kick for Denmark there. That could have been a very, very weird bounce. But yeah, Denmark up. It's hard. It's honestly hard, right? Because they do have some incredible players. Greece, like Denmark, is the better team on paper, for sure. Tactically, I'd say Greece are the better team. They just tend to play as a unit a wee bit more cohesive. They've got some really good players like Karestas and that, of course. But I mean, Denmark's got more experience, I guess, if you're looking for more reliable and recognisable players. Yeah, 100%. Denmark's probably got the stronger side. But I like the way Greece play. Greece have a genuinely great, attractive style of football. Denmark are pragmatastic, like they like to kind of hold the ball where they can, do the bare minimum, 1-0, 2-0 type of wins. They're that type of team. They're not the most entertaining to watch, but they get the job done. Scotland are only entertaining to watch if you ain't Scottish. Just because you get to laugh at how fucking shit we are half the time. There's a good exchange chance if they want to use it. Opts to play it safe back towards a fullback. Could be finding any open lanes here. Calm and simple enough. Good pass and lovely footwork, but again just overcocks it a slight bit for the Danes. We'll retain the ball from I think a goal kick. Unless there's... Bro, is this referee on fucking crack cocaine? What was that for? What was the foul for? Bro runs into Hickey, like that's just not a foul at all. Like the fucking consistency levels is insane for this referee so far. Like, we've had other players doing full-ass breaks, 1-on-2, and getting fucking pulled down by the shirt, no foul for that, but he fucking runs headfirst into Hickey. It's a foul against him. Makes sense, I guess. Well, it's a slightly dangerous one, final third territory for sure, but we've done a half-decent job about keeping the ball away from the net. As soon as I say that, though, they win the first knock-on, but Scotland deal with the second one fine enough. Robertson puts too much on the header, and he's just having a shit game. Straight up, easily the worst player on the pocket of the outfielders, man. Robertson is just not playing like a captain at all. Barely stringing a pass together, the crossing's been whack, the passing's been whack, the defending attempts have been whack. But boys, fingers at your arse and actually try and do some fucking cohesive play, string together a few passes at least. Because that's when we've actually looked half decent. Ball sent forward, overshot just a bit, and the Danes don't retain the touch. Thankfully for us, Miller on the far side just couldn't control himself. Good for us. These set pieces scare the shit out of me. I think it's just because you're a Celtic fan, Flash. By definition, every set piece scares us. We never expect Scotland to qualify, as we don't care, but England are expected to win, and if they don't, there's riots everywhere. True, I guess that's fair, but at the same time, it still would be nice as a Scotsman to see us qualify for a World Cup when the odds are very much heavily, increased to get in. Although we did get drawn into one of those, like obviously Belarus, every other game is open to interpretation. Because we know from last year we can beat Greece away from home and then we get hammer bar for them at home. It's like, it's a very even type of group, because I mean the Danes and the Greeks will say the same about the Scots. Like, sure, we might not be in the best of form right now, but everyone knows what we can be capable of when we do some alright stuff. Like, when we play good, we play good. Ball played out to space. Here's McGinn. Goes for the layover cross, but puts way too little on it. Again, why do you use cross when you should shoot, and shoot when you use cross? Just fucking It's getting irritating now. That's both McGinn and Robertson both guilty of the same stupid decision making, man. That's clearly a tactic clock set up. Can we do something with this? Shot. Fucking woeful. Why is he just... What the fuck is the point in that? All the space in the world and you decide to punt it miles over the bar. Case in fucking point, Christie shouldn't be on the pitch either. The fuck was the point in that, you actual shite bag, man. You had all the fucking space in the world and you decide to hit it fucking like a rugby punt. Panicked. If Bournemouth don't fucking play you, why the fuck is Clark? It just makes less and less sense. People like Doak and Hurst sitting on the bench killing for some minutes, man, and what do we do? Aye, well, we'll throw in London Bikes. A guy that's good on his day, but he's like literally the least designed player for this type of match. Hold up play. We can't do hold up play against a team that has all of the fucking ball. Oof, good press at least. Casper's under some pressure here, but gets out for the back, fair enough then. Scotland retain it though, that's a good take and touch for Robertson. We can do something with this, lads. No silly crossing shit, just get it into space and funnel it. And instead we run all the way fucking back and pass it all the way back! Get Christie off the pitch at half time, this cunt's wasting my fucking ice. Like, just... And yeah, this is what happens. We give it away and of course we fucking do. From literally having the ball in the final third to this shit. You cunts are actual pish to watch at times, man. We do have solid homegrown strikers, it's just that Clark seems to fucking really like Dykes and Adams. But I'm sorry, let's see the three players on this pitch that just should not be on it right now. Ferguson, for one, he is playing fucking ass. Robertson really shouldn't be playing at all either, man. His legs are clearly fucking gone. And Christie is just Christie. Ball deflected. I don't give a shit if Christie played for us. Could be the Pope for all I care. If he's playing shite, he gets called shite. Gunn punts it forward. Awkward and headed up. I think we need to maybe... Oh, wait a minute. Chance for us. That's a good hold-up play. What the fuck just happened? Did Christie injure himself passing the fucking ball? Are you taking the piss out my soul? Did you actually injure yourself passing the ball, you useless prick? Nah, man, like, even God's trying to fucking help me out here. What the hell is going on? He either studied himself in the ankle trying to get that pass away, or he genuinely pulled a hammy. Dane's on the edge of the area. Good step in. Have to give Hickey and honestly Hanley's credit. Both of them have been defending quite well. Sutter's stood in where he's had to. Can't say too much about the defensive aspects. They've actually been relatively fine. Just a couple of weird passing options every now and then, but again, all things considered, it's not as if they got too many fucking routes out for the back. And we'll start going backwards again. Maybe so goes. I think we'll probably play until half time, right? Like, try and soak up as much pressure. Because we can get in at half time and it's 0-0, you're still in the game, there's a point on the board to play for, so we won't really... as soon as I say that, fucking hell! They realised that they just had a golden chance and fucked it big style. I'm talking about how our passing slack, but the Danes just missed a massive opportunity. That was a fucking lovely wee ball through the legs. It takes like a slight deflection, but he just doesn't sort his feet out. And the 20s reaction says it all. He just kind of laughs to himself as the ball gets into Gunn's hand. That should be a foul for us. And we do get it. But case in point, we just don't look too convincing at any point or anywhere on the block. Christie under Aberdeen and Inverness was a brilliant player, mediocre in the Celtic. It wasn't mediocre, he was actually pretty good in the Celtic shirt, at least for the first 2 seasons. Like, towards the end of his time, I'll give you that. He's been better since he went to Bournemouth again, fitting systems. Aye, but that's the thing, he's a fitting system type of player. He's more of an optional choice. But when you've got players like Matt Johnston on the bench, Ben Doak on the bench, George Hurst on the fucking bench, like, you've got options that you should probably prioritise over him. Especially when you're considering youth as a factor. That's a good ball into space. That's not a foul, referee! Right, so the Danes just need to deck it and they'll get a foul for fucking anything nowadays. That's... honestly, this referee's starting to piss me off and it's apparently a yellow card now. Go fuck yourself, you prick. Even Hickey's just laughing at the referee because he's like, what the hell are you talking about? It's not a foul. He dives. He gets like one little shot pull and he goes falling to the ground. You're 6'3", you fucking fat bastard. Is that what they're teaching you in the fucking Danish footballing systems? Oh, even if you're built like a brick shithouse, hit the ground at Mach 5 because you're sad and desperate. If you're doing that against Scotland, you don't deserve to be at the World Cup either. Just get to Greece now. Pathetic. 2 dives already. Sent forward. Hickey tries to stand his man up but doesn't necessarily work out. Ball into space could be dangerous. Oh, good fucking feet for Damsgaard, in fairness. The ball into space is good as well, and Gunn gets out in time. That's actually good goalkeeping. And of course, I mean, there's some afters between him and Dolberg, because Dolberg tried to kind of get in his way. Hanley's just kind of pushing him the other direction. And at least they shake hands afterwards. I think there was a miscommunication. I think Dolberg had every right to go for the ball, but Gunn, yeah, he got both his hands on it, so he has every right to be pissed off as well. Just kind of tried to swing it out his hands, basically, but yeah, a slight collision off the ball as well. But at least they shake hands. Nice to see. So I'm saying, you've got some Danish players that are getting knocked about and fucking getting up instantly, and you've got some Danes that are hitting the deck the second they're touched. You can tell who's played in the Premier League. That's all I need to say, man. That's good. Oh. Okay, how's the run on? Not too bad. Robertson, that's actually not horrible. But Robertson's going to do Robertson things and just waste time and allow everyone else to get into position again. You've got to run at him, lad. Ball into the box ain't half bad, but should be gathered by Christensen at the very least. One of the two of them got there in the end. But we've actually grown into the game a bit more. From the opening 20 minutes or so, you'd actually say we've done some alright stuff. Have a crack maybe here, McTominay. Decent Scotty. Does well to hold it up, but loses out when he tries to do too much. Seems to be the theme. Good win back. Cross in ain't half bad either. Really ain't half bad, but the header for Christie is piss poor. Sitter. That's our best chance of the game and probably will be the best chance of the game. On his fucking own, by the way. Nobody on him at all. And he misses the fucking net entirely. Why are you a footballer if you can't header a ball? You absolute fucking pillock, man. See, just... oh, you can see what's happening already, man. That's 2 big sitters either fucking side of the post now. McGinn on one end, Christie on the other. Fucking excellent, boys. Show some finishing prowess, for fuck's sake. Sent forward. Not the greatest touch for the Danes, and it should go out for a goal kick. The Scots give a slight ironic cheer. But it's just... such a dumbass thing. Greece have made it another one. I had to check that. Good about this. On a different day, we could genuinely be 2-0 up, man. If our finishing was split somewhat half decent, but it's not to be, unfortunately. That looked like it came off his hand, I'll be real, but the referee's allowed play on. Denmark get out into the box. It looked like a handball, man. I'm not going to be real. Big deflection, referee ain't too interested. Another steal away. And now the Scots can break forward. Potentially something here. Come on, boys. It's a 3-on-4 kind of break. Play into space. Instead we go backwards, but at least we still have the ball. Yeah, the ref's consistency has been very mixed at times. It really looked like it came off his hand. Ball into the box is dangerous though, good for Scotland. Still dangerous, but we're trying to do too much with it again, man. Stop fucking thinking you're Ronaldo! Oh my fucking god, it's like every time we get into the box, their ability to fucking football disappears. Stop being shitebags and pull the fucking trigger, man. Trying to fucking play tiki-taka for 10 yards out for the goal. What the oh my god, man. Can't even say this is Clark's fault, because tactically it's not been bad. We're actually playing some alright stuff. It's just these fucking idiots and their ability to actually do the right thing. Shite on all fronts, man. Two fucking settlers. Absolute shite horse fucking football at times. Just standard Scottish shite, man. That's got to be a foul. I was going to say, ref, man, if you're getting it one way, you should be getting it the other. Eventually does. Are they seriously going to check for handball on that, but not the guy that had the clear one-on-one counter-attack where he fucking handled it like Thierry Henry against Ireland, mate? Another checking for that one, of course. They fucking are, man. It's desperation stations. I don't think the Danes are up to full speed either. They started the game the better of the two, but over the last 25 minutes, Scotland have actually picked the game up. It would just be nice if Christie could fucking header a ball, man. I'm sick and tired of seeing that prick miss for point blank range. I thought I got a break for this with the fucking Celtic shite that we have to deal with. Nope, I just get to witness it in fucking blue form. Oh my god, he's right. That's got to be a fucking card, man. He just went straight through him. Referee! Bro, he doesn't even try and win the ball. He just goes straight through Christie. What the fuck are you doing, Chief? Actually, fair enough. He rolled over the ball. I thought he like missed the ball and just went, fuck it, I'll stud him anyway. Nah, he rolled over the ball and studied him. It should still be a yellow, but at least it's not intentional. I thought he just tried to break the guy's leg for the fucking sake of it. But the thing is that Christie's up and moving. Yeah, the long ball tactics had its moments for us, but it's not really going so well for us. No goals, but honestly hard to say that we're the worst side. Denmark have had a shit ton of the ball, but they've not really done too much with it. But I'm pretty sure there's been one shot on target between the two of us. Rolled. Good steal. Coming off from Ella, tries to run it forward. Or is it Mar? I still don't know how to pronounce that name, man. It's one of the few confusing ones. Switched Fawcett. Good fucking steal, in fairness, actually. Decent. Somewhat respectable. Tries to get it away. Dykes tries to win the flick on. Almost retains it, in fairness to the boy. Give him credit. And Denmark go down. Oh, look at that. Been crippled. And the card comes out! This fucking referee needs his fucking shit checked, man. Get his hard drives looked at the fucking now. I guarantee you he didn't actually get touched. Let's fucking see. Oh, look at that wee fucking skiff to the knee and he goes down like he's been fucking shot with a Barrett. But when Dolberg does the same fucking thing, nothing. Aye, mate. This referee's getting the fucking power play. He's getting the fucking money. Must be being just a wee €10,000 donation given to him by the fucking Danish manager, probably. Fucking standards are shite. Be consistent with both sides, mate. If you're going to sit there and fucking book us anytime we touch a fucking player, the least you could do is book theirs when they try and break our fucking limbs. I like Danish people. I love Denmark. It's a beautiful place, but this shit pisses me off so much. Stop with the double fucking standards, brother. Make it fair for both sides. That's all I'm wanting to see here. Just UEFA officials in a fucking nutshell, man. Favouritism times 10. You're not fucking wrong at all, Vash. But 45 minutes have been and gone. It's just a case of what happens over the course of the next minute or so. This will probably be one of the last major chances of the half of the Danes to get something on the board. Well, they're already trying to buy other fouls for outside the edge of the area. It's going to be swung all the way through and out for a throw-in on the far side. I don't think either side will be particularly too pleased with how they've played. I think you'll kind of... Both of them will be quite seldom about it, honestly. The Danes will be happy that they've got away with 2 really bad fucking defensive errors that could have obviously gave us 2 goals. That Christie miss will piss me off to the end of the time. The McGinn one you can at least somewhat be like, yeah, fair enough, because he had bodies in his way. But that Christie miss is going to haunt us if we don't win this game, or at least get a point out of it. I even joked about it when I did my predictions. I'm like, yeah, sure, I put 2 goals down, but that's given the fact that we'd have to be somewhat effective. Well, it is half-time in this one. 0-0 still. Let's have a look to see if Greece added to their fucking... They've had 22 shots this half alone. Jesus Christ. But yeah, and while I look at the table, that's how it stands right now. Belarus are sunk to the bottom. They're basically going to be there for the rest of the tournament, you feel. But in this one, it's still alive somewhat. Denmark and Scotland played out a very awkward draw so far. The Danes started the game in the better of the 2. 20 minutes in, you would say they were the better side, and Scotland eventually started getting shots away, and more importantly, started actually trying to win some possession back. Not so bad. Best chance of the game is definitely Christie's header. Has to be said, but didn't even do as much as put it on target. If he did as much, it probably would have gone in, so that's the annoying part. But it's slightly more positive than previous games we've seen, so we take that, you know. But the passing accuracy has not been there. Crossing's been lacklustre at the best of times. There's been times where we should shoot, and we've tried to cross it anyway, so it'd be very nice to see us take our chances if they come around. Just the Scotland fans are just enjoying themselves where they can, I suppose. Well, interesting. I guess we have some time to speak to chat then. I should actually look at that message on my soon. See what's happening with that. Just bear with. You're fucking kidding me. Sorry, I know this is probably boring as shit. I think the first half has went pretty fucking alright, to be fair. By Scotland standards, we're not losing, so I'd say that's relatively fine. I'm just responding to a message. My bad. Apologies. Not good at all. I don't know, is there any changes that you would make yourselves? Anyone that you can see that would... I mean, for me, yeah, get Christie off the fucking pitch, because the guy's just getting run into the ground. Lose it. Fair enough. Guess we've got 5 or 10 minutes, second half we'll start and we'll get that sorted and done with. Well, it was actually fucking hell. Some of Greece's goals were actually beautiful, by the way. That third one was so fucking clean team-wise. Oh. Not too bad. I give them credit, man. Greece are playing some good stuff. They're probably the favourites for the group for this point. And we have to play them. We're fucked. Oh no. I have a feeling this is going to be a fun end of the fucking day. Yeah, definitely changes need to be made. And say maybe get McGinn on the left, push Stoke out to the right hand side, take Christie off. That'd be one of the immediate things I would say. I mean, I can't say too much for Dykes, but maybe getting someone like Hurst on for Adams wouldn't be a bad shout at all. Tactically, you get Christie off, you tell McTominay to be a bit more brave on the ball, like he is with Napoli, and allow the pressure in the middle, and then let's get some of the ball into those little pockets. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking with Doak. Because if you can get a well-timed run in behind for an actual natural winger, thank you, PC, that's very cool. Yeah, you know, we can maybe get some chances that way. That's kind of how I'm thinking anyway. Oi, oi, oi. Even some of the pundits are saying the same type of stuff. It's not really the fact that we're playing bad, it's just the fact that we're not really taking our chances when they fell. We've done okay with the ball when we've had it, but like I said, it's the end product, it's that final ball into the box, it just seems to be costing us a bit more than usual. But yeah, we've had opportunities, it's just about getting one on target and actually working, Schmeichel, because we know for anyone here that's a Celtic fan, Kasper can be a goalkeeper that gets put under pressure quite easily. If you keep forcing shots, he will make a mistake eventually, so that's my thinking. Like, we're not playing horrible, but we're not playing great either, so gonna have to look at it like that. No, he's not wrong about that. They're talking about what Denmark should do. Honestly, they played better when they had the 4 at the back. See, if you're asking me honestly, like when they played with the flat 4, it opened up Scotland a lot more, especially for quick counters. But ever since they kind of went to like the 3-5, it's just meant that the midfield battle is basically all that matters. And Scotland actually has a pretty good midfield. It's the one part of our team that actually doesn't have too many problems. So, from Denmark's perspective, they're going to need to try and force it about 30-ish yards forward, try and put the pressure on our centre backs specifically, because the few good attacks that they've had have came from funneling it down those wings and getting a quick cross in. But Hickey and Robertson have done respectable jobs defensively. Offensively, they've not been too creative, and that's obviously kind of led to the lack of chances, let's say, but all in, not the worst performance from us. It's one of those, right? I love when Kranz is getting mean because he said fucking Regis did his country like a light that up. Well, there you go, that doesn't surprise me in this latest. I think we need a manager to get players fired up, and we don't get that from Klopp. I'd say for me, the easy choice would be someone like a David Moyes. I feel like you'd probably be able to get someone like him who actually understands what it's like to play for the national team, that actually, you know, has good experience across multiple levels. Klopp's best, you'd say, I get that he used to be fucking, you know, Chelsea, he used to work a lot, fuck off. The only thing that he actually did that was half decent in management was Kelly. That's the whole reason he got the Scotland job, so yeah, definitely not in disagreement with that, guys. I like Klopp sometimes, like tactically he's got the right idea, but he just doesn't put it across in a way that makes sense. He doesn't pick the right players. I don't know what the fuck people like Hanley are doing getting starts this late into their careers, when you've got players like Hendry, when you've got players like McKenna, when you've got players technically now like Dane Murray and all that as well that will be coming through, and they need those minutes, and we're still fucking playing like a 35-year-old dude who just hasn't got the legs for it anymore. Like, is he going to be playing in the World Cup next year? Because if he fucking is, then what's the point? I don't deserve to be there if we're playing Grant Hanley in 2026. Fabulous. Right, well, looks like we're not making any clear changes so far. I do apologise, I'm sorry, that was probably the most boring half-time thing ever. I was just responding to messages for most of it. 44-year Greg Gordon on the bench, yeah, exactly. There's just not enough depth in specific areas, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, the Danes can bring off some very, very good fucking players off the bench. This is the problem. Like, we can too, don't get me wrong, but when you look at it, you can bring on players like Matt O'Reilly, fucking Rasmus Højlund, obviously Skorvolsen if they want a good fucking winger, and Arsene, Dorgu. They've got like incredible fucking options. Meanwhile, most of our options, while good, they're kids. Right, Kieran Bowie would be a great addition to throw on in late in the game, but is he going to be useful? Probably not in comparison to someone like a fucking Højlund. Right, Ben Doak, very solid, but you'd say he's on similar, if not less level than Skorvolsen in terms of ability. McKenna falls under that same bracket with Hogsburg and all that stuff as well. Like, Denmark have better options off the bench that they can rely on, and they're literally just talking about how Matt O'Reilly might be one of those changes, especially since they have Højbjerg on a yellow already as is. We have two, Hickey and Christie, so I'd imagine Christie would be one of the ones that comes off first. It's just a case of who gets on for him. In my opinion, it should be Doak, but we know how that goes. We do have a good youth system in Scotland, but they don't get a chance. You're not wrong though. That's because most of the time, if you want to be a Scottish international and prove yourself, you have to be consistent out in other countries. Like, sure, you could be a kid that spends all his time in the academies down in the lower leagues and then making your way through the ranks, but by the time you're 24, 25, managers maybe don't want to really look at you in the same way that they would when you were 20. That's why you have players, obviously, that are like, you know, like George Hurst and all that, that have had to be consistent with their minutes to even get called up. And even though he's better quality than most fucking players are on that team, he's not going to get favourable minutes until Clark sees consistency out of him. I think that's why a lot of us are pissed off, because it's like, well, no offence Clark, it's not about what you see as the best fit, it's about what the fucking country does, and everybody has been screaming to see some changes, just a few little tactical tweaks here and there that make it a bit more interesting. And you've got youngsters on that bench that could really fucking put some vibrancy into the team in the second half, so if we make the right changes it'll be interesting, but I ain't got the greatest hope in the world for it. Aye, definitely no wrong, guys. And they're all out ready for the second half, so let's just switch back to this screen. For those of you who are just checking in and tuning in, Greece are 4-0 up against Belarus, so that game's pretty much dead and buried. I don't even really think I need to check on it. I'll just check in 20 minutes and see what's happening in that one. But we're about to get underway for the second half here. It's still all square and still, more importantly, all to play for in this one. Scotland have had probably just about the better first half in terms of chances. Denmark have had more of the ball and probably more of the composure about them though. So like I said, either team can technically make the claim that they should deserve the win here. It's going to be a case of who actually gets it if there is a goal at all, but it's going to be the Danes that kick off this second half, so... Right, second half is kicked off. Denmark will send it forward almost instantaneously, see if they can find something out of this. Headed forward and up and away. Well, it should be a foul earlier on, but the referee again doesn't seem interested. That's great to see out the gate, I guess. Seems like we're doing exactly what we did in the first half. Loose touch for Hickey. Doesn't chase it out either, that's a bad mistake. Switched high and across there, but not necessarily the greatest pass of all time. I don't know if the Danes made any changes. I should check that just to be safe. Yeah, I don't think they did. They've just changed where people are playing, because Højbjerg's playing like a little bit deeper in now. So that's interesting in its own right. Let's have a look what's been said here. Actually, arguing to say some of our academy players have gotten worse. Club academies for the top teams like Rangers and Celtic, absolutely. But you still have good youth products. I mean, if you want the kind of surprise shock, you would say a team like Motherwell. Right, they've produced players like fucking, you know, Turnbull and Miller over the last few years. I mean, Celtic have had one or two alright kind of prospects, but nothing too great in recent years. And if we do have a good prospect, they usually just get bought up by a cunt down south, you know, like Doak, like Cummings, like Hickey. I respect the idea. It's always going to be a goal kick for the Danes though. Every tournament the opponents and clubs, and even Sir Sports start crying out that we have a young squad that's going to be built together and it might give us more of a fighting team. It's not even so much of that. I can get why Klopp wants to pick the more experienced players, because in his head it's about like having that safety net of stability. If you put youngsters on, they could lose their heads, they could have a bad challenge or a bad mistake that leads to a goal, and that can, for all intents and purposes, fuck with mentality. Like, you don't want to throw the kids into the deep end straight out the gate. Like, I get that, but you've got a good mix that you could really get away with using, and they just don't. That's good hold-up play. Really good hold-up play from McGinn. Laid off, and it's just again, with the final fucking pass, McGinn! Can you fucking stop, son? You do all of the hard work and then pussy pass it. Just put some fucking effort behind it, man. And that's an easy run-on. Another big fucking chance that could have led to a real decent shot that we've squandered because of our ability to try and be too fancy with it. Fuck off. Stop that now, man. I really need to see us go a bit more direct. Good pressure into the box. Still dangerous. Is there a shot on? Big deflection. Out for a corner kick. At least it's something positive. Better. Rather than trying to push your foot around it, you actually put your laces through it. Good. Better. Nice sign to see, boys. Okay, so we wanted the best club systems at one point. They stand by it, but yeah, about 10-15 years ago you would say they probably were one of the best in the country. Now you wouldn't really even put them in the top 10. Oh, fucking Xander Clark, aye. He capitulated when we put him into the fucking team. Well, corner kick opportunity for us. Positive signs. That's a good loop. That's a really... Why would you header... Again, Hickey, you could have just been a bit more direct with it. It's still awkward and dangerous, though. I don't get why Hickey tried to put that back into open play when he had all the time in the world to just pop that towards goal. Apparently it's going to be a throw-in for the Danes on the far side, but there's a bit more cheers in the away end for Scotland, some positive signs to see at least. Actually a really good steal from McTominay there. Wins the throw-in, not too bad, big man, better. Seems like they've taken your words to heart, Flash. I'll try to push McTominay up the pitch just a wee bit more. I think that's kind of coming at the expense of Ferguson dipping in a bit more, but I'd honestly prefer McTominay be more advanced than Ferguson. Just get more options out of him that way. Great feet. Really great feet. Chance for Scotland. Good save, Schmeichel. We've got a shot on target though. Like I said, that's the one thing about getting McTominay forward. They can get into those areas and cause problems. But in... oh, fucking hell, that could have been a great ball. And Gunn just panics and pulls the trigger too early and sends it out. But McTominay got something going there. That was lovely feet to get past fucking... I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Dansgaard there. Fired it low and Schmeichel does well to stick his leg out. He had to stick it out faster than that because if it was just a wee bit delayed, it would have spilled back out for Adams. There's another sign of good news. Someone put a bid in to take over that. Oh, someone actually put a bid in. Good for them. A Scottish lad. But don't take it. See if there is an American involved. Bottom fucking line. Just look at Inverness. Do not take it. Telling you now that would be fucking catastrophic for your club. You've got to keep it under local use. Great, of course. McTominay does something half decent and now he's down. Fuck's sake, man, that would just be typical of us. A player feeling himself for all of 5 seconds before his injury is stricken. Like, smashing. Good shot. He's up on his feet and walking at half, but he does look a wee bit uncomfortable, which is never nice to see. Oh, yeah, actually, you can see where it went wrong. As he's like kind of stood in there, his knee kind of got popped up though. I'm not saying the fan ownership's a bad part. I'm saying the American is the bad part of it. Because it'll be that classic, oh, well, I want 51%, so all my majority of decisions go my way. It's literally just Inverness and Arbroath all over again. At least Arbroath was able to make it work because they prioritised like fan ownership to an extent, like you've got stake allowances. Maybe Hamilton could get away with doing something like that. Like if they give the fans a stake in the club, just by premise, that puts you in good faith. But that would entail them losing out on money, and Americans don't like losing out on money, so they won't do that. Chance for Denmark on the edge of the area, ball into space is slightly dangerous but not too threatening. There's going to be another whip cross in, same kind of scenario, cleared away at the far end. Good ball into space. I mean, Albion Rovers is you know, that's a locally owned club. Oh, that's a fuck! I thought that went into the back of the net. I thought that was 1-0 Denmark. Højbjerg had a shot, and finally the Danes have put some noise of their own out there. Could have crept in them just about on that far post. I don't know who it deflected at, but whoever got their body in the way, thank you fucking Christ for that. It was either Hanley or McTominay. I think it comes off of Hanley behind McTominay. Thank Christ for that. Actually a decent challenge for the big fella, game credit where it's due. That's not the greatest clearance. Denmark on the volley, that's a bit more closer to the target but still not threatening enough. He'll give ownership to the van, that's what I'm saying. Like, you would need to kind of see him be a bit more direct with what his intentions are before you would be like, yeah, that's a decent enough deal. But buying back the stadium is a good sign. It shows that at the very least they want to keep where they play. That shows that they have some form of long-term ambition. But again, it should be more on the local boys. You know what I mean? I feel like Hamilton would be well better run as a local club, like locally owned club, I should say. Just get some of the kind of companies in Hamilton, get them to band together, make it a community team. I mean, fuck, that's how a lot of teams in North Lanarkshire operate, right, man? Like, so you've got fucking Clyde, they work in the same way, Albion Rovers work in the same way. Even Motherwell, despite the fact that they have a board and hierarchy, they still have fan ownership to a degree. It's a stake. It's not 50%, but I think it's 25%. Enough for them to have a say, basically. So if they did something like that for Hamilton, it would be pretty interesting. Sorry to anyone that's not interested in Scottish football or the specifics, but there's a point worth touching on. 10 minutes have been and gone in the second half. Can't really say too much so far for either side. Scotland have had chances, Denmark have had chances, but again, wouldn't really particularly call them dead set. McTominay's was more of a half chance, and you'd say Denmark's was only really close because of that deflection. I think Benes United are not a bad team. Oh, there's a ton of teams down in the lower ranks that you would actually look at and be like, fucking hell, they're good. And off the top of my head, you've got Bonnyrigg. Immediately they're the ones that stand out to me. They have some real good setups to their systems. That's not going to be a foul, surely. I was going to say, referee, if you gave that as a foul, I'd have been fucking incensed. I'd say them. You got teams like Stenhousemoor, still an Albion, they're pretty good as well. I mean, Alloa, pretty solid side in their own ways. If you go down to like non-leagues, you've got like Ferrydean, they're pretty good. Erith Sport's pretty interesting. Can't really say too much about other teams. Try and get ones that are actually well run though, because there are teams that are good down at that level, but well run's a different story. Who's another one? I'd say Trenton actually. Trenton, they've actually got a really good system to their team. Hold on, chance for Denmark here. Out to the edge of the area, dangerous opportunity. There's a lot of red bodies in that box now. Cross, not particularly threatening. Clear away by Hanley. Looks like Denmark have stepped their pressure game up because they've basically got everybody within the final 30 yards of the goal, with the exception of Schmeichel himself, obviously. Cross, deflected. Scotland are defending like fucking lions here, though. I'll give them credit where it's due. They're not allowing them to get into the box without a fight. McTominay's touch wasn't the greatest, though. Denmark will have to try and get an early cross in. Cut back. There is the early cross. It's not too dangerous again. Kind of the theme for both sides. Getting into the final third. Genuinely good, nice play. Once they're in the box, though, different story altogether. Played short. Calm enough. Keeps it close and condensed to chest. That's decent enough. Rolls it through. Them guards there. Ball in behind's just slightly overhit, and Scotland will just body anybody getting near that ball and force it out for a simple goal kick. Decent enough. We'll take it. Ireland teams. Oh yeah, you're definitely not wrong. They could have targeted and all that stuff though. Especially if you go like even lower down the lowland leagues. I always want to see Fort William do well though. Like as much as like they're a club that everybody shits on just because they never win games, it would be nice to just see Fort William randomly go for like non-league crappy ass club to like not even championship but just League 2. It would be lovely to see them in the football pyramid. It's never going to happen, mind you, but it'd be nice food for thought. You've always loved Arbroath with a caravan there in the 90s and the place they train right outside the amusements. Yeah, I mean Arbroath is they are a very well run club even today. Pretty sure they're in the championship, right? If not, then they're in League 1. But you're not wrong. Definitely a well run club, Laurie. It's getting a lot more physical in this game, I'll tell you that for free. Less cards being brandished. I think the referees kind of realised that it's going to be one of those types of games, but yeah, Ferguson's gone in the book for that one. No real arguments there, I guess. That's true. Rovers just used their stadium basically. That or Ravenscraig. Those are the big ones for like Sea Airdrie and all that. Ravenscraig. If anyone knows where that is. Small the world, but oh, chance for us to break. Please time the ball. This could be something. This could be something. Scotland with a chance. Dike, shoot the ball, man. Fucking shoot the ball. Stop pussying out, man. You fucking gimp. Such a roided up fucking tattoo riddled twat, man. Get your fucking ass straight back to Australia, mate. Put on a fucking plate and you still miss it entirely. Case in fucking point, if that was any other striker, man. Utter gimp. Utter fucking gimp. Sorry, I can't say anything else. That's 3 fucking times where you should just shoot. I'll take a touch, because I need to take a touch, because I'm a fat bastard that can't fucking dribble. Piss off, mate. Only fucking dribbling you're doing's for your mouth. Get a shot away, lads. Hickey. Pokes it towards goal, but it's not too much of a threat at all. You cunts are pish, man. Fucking seriously. How many chances do you fucking idiots need before you realise that hitting the net's the main point? So disheartening, man. Dykes, solid hold-up player, shit striker. You'd be more effective as a fucking centre-back, man. Actual fucking ridiculous. That's now 3 massive chances that have gone straight to the byline because for some reason we can't just pull the fucking trigger. If we lose this game, man, I'm going to be fucking raging because, let's be honest, the Danes have not been that impressive. We haven't been that much more impressive either, to be honest, but it's one of those types of games where neither team really deserves shit for this. My fucking Christ, man, Dykes is such a dick for that. Him a few years ago when I pulled that trigger instantly, the second it was on him, man, he wouldn't even waste his time with the first touch, let alone the second or fucking third. Looks like the Danes are going to be making a change of their own, man. It's going to be... I'm not too sure who's... I know it's Dolberg coming off, but I cannot pronounce the name in the back of that until I see it like normally written. Oh, it's just Grönbjerg, okay. I was wondering what the fuck the E was. Grönbjerg. He's on. Plays for Scotland and panics, exactly it. I don't get why we're using championship level fucking players in Scotland in 2025, but that's what happens, I guess. That's what we get. A prick that can't fucking pull the trigger no matter what. Just shat himself. Big style. Sick and tired of seeing us getting into the final third with some nice fucking football just to see that shit every time. See if I'm Clark, I genuinely would be annoyed. Because people will give him shit for this regardless, right? But it's not his tactics that are at fault this time round. Like most other matches, like the games against Northern Ireland and whoever else, yeah, like sure, 100% that's down to the tactics. This is just down to them being shit. Like Clark's got them playing the right style of fucking play. He's done nothing wrong. The setup's actually respectable this time round. But the players themselves have completely given the fuck up and this is game 1. We could have been fucking 3-0 up in this match if these pricks had any semblance of finishing ability in their fucking bodies. But like always, they panic, take an extra touch. It's just fucking ridiculous. Then we'll try and stoat it forward here. See if they can get something on the end of it. Here is that Grönbjerg. Goes for the switch. It's not the worst move in the world. Big deflection, awkward, and it's going to go out for a corner kick. Good fucking challenge in the end there for Hickey. God gives him a wee pat in the head as a thank you for that one. He's just pish. I mean, most people that play for Scotland usually are, I'm not going to lie, but still. It just sucks because this is a game that we could have actually been winning. I came into this very unoptimistic and we've actually been the better side for good portions of the match. But you just know whenever we do this shit we're going to concede in the last fucking minute and this would have been a waste of time, and if that happens I'm genuinely never streaming another Scotland game again. Can't keep doing this shit where I witness this fucking concede last minute every fucking match where we deserve points. Denmark, corner, swung in. Headed up and away, not fully away, but Gunn just makes sure, punches it as far as he can. I actually respect that. Good stuff, big fella. Stress, man. I appreciate anyone that's been here for the whole stream, by the way. I know there's not really a lot of people in here at all, but still appreciate it nonetheless. We'll definitely be having a wee sustained break after this because the next time I'll be live is Killy, so I think that's on the 14th. Denmark are playing some alright stuff for the edge of the area. Oh my fucking god, I think that hit the post. I think it was dry air, but it was dry air with a shot. I'm not sure how close that was, if it hit the side netting or if it hit the post, but Denmark are getting closer. Oh yeah, right on the back end of the side netting behind the post. It's a well struck shot, nothing wrong with the effort. Certainly a threatening one for sure. That pass with Damsgaard was clean as fuck as well, by the way. We like step in and layout. Clean. Both teams have had very big chances to score now. It's hard to deny that this game could be 2-2, 1-0, 2-0 fucking Denmark, 2-0 Scotland. It's just finishing ability. Dykes. Cross-in's not the worst in the world from where he was, to be honest, but would have been hard to find a blue shirt in that kind of circumstance. Laid out for Robertson. First touch is clean, gets past his man and he's got space. Cross into the box is decent, and Dykes, get him off the pitch. Get this fat fucking stupid useless fucking Australian fucking prick the hell out of my goddamn national team. He's shite. Why the fuck are you jumping first of all? Do you hit the fucking button too early, mate? Nothing wrong with the cross. Again, Robertson puts it in perfectly. What does Dykes do? Tries to jump for a header. Realises he's not going to get anywhere near it, so he sticks his leg out and misses anyway. Fabulous. So corner kick for us on the far side, but really getting annoyed with Dykes now, man. You need to fucking get your shit under control or get him off the park, man. Now would be the time for changes. Cross. Not really sure where that's bouncing, but it should be a Scotland shot that retains it, and is a Scotland shot that retains it. Get the cross in, boys. Better! Oh my fucking god, that was... Again, nobody wants to make the run. I'm not sure if it took a slight nick off of a Danish player or not, but it's been run all the way through, so... Yeah, no, definitely. Oi, oi, oi. Do you think there's going to be a goal in this game? It's been very even in terms of shots and target. I think there's been 2 shots on target this entire fucking game. What a joke. But all things considered, I wouldn't actually mind the point. Let's take a wee gander and see what's happening between Greece. If they managed to add to their tally, they have. So Roy scored in that one, so it's 5-0. They are playing some good stuff by the looks of it. Oh, another half chance there. I think he's out for another corner kick. Sustained pressure, boys. Sustained. Not too much, but enough. At least the fans that are there are having a laugh. Good hold-up play. Really good hold-up play. Hickey's done a really bad job with that, though. You need to be careful, lads. You're on a card. Do not fucking throw it away by getting yourself readied. Casper's going to receive it on the pass back from Anderson. Simple ball out for space, calm feet. Can't really say anything too wrong with that. Hoiberg made the right call, just lays it back, and they should just break up that far side again. Mella's screaming for it on that far side, but opts to play it short back towards the skipper for the Danish. Scotland step in, win the ball. That's decent, but again, McGinn's just not going to be switched on to get to that in time. Oh my god, he is switched on to get to that in time. He's still got it. He's getting fucking pushed and pulled. The referee isn't interested in advantages, I guess. Ball into space. Ball is not awful. It's going to be dangerous. Casper gets the clearance away on the punch. Robertson does well with the touch, though. There we go. Gives it away with the pass, but still should get to him. Lovely. That's a brilliant touch. Whipped cross is not half bad, but again, rather than looping it, you should have gone across that time. Use your fucking eyes, Robertson. If you see there is 3 boys in that box and one of them is only fucking blue, don't try and loop it because he's not going to get there. Hit it in and hope for a deflection. Try and get something to spill out on the edge. It looks like there's going to be some changes coming on for Scotland as well. Denmark running down that far flank, trying to force the ball where they can. Laid shot back into open space. Is that Groybeek? That's a good play out into the right hand space again. They seem to be using that a lot in the last few minutes. Just getting hiccups for the sake of it, I guess. Fuck's sake. Laid off towards the left. Here comes that cross. We've seen it a few times this game now. Headed up and away. Robertson should just prioritise getting out to the byline and does exactly that. Throw in for the Danes just within our, well, within the line of our box, I should say. I pray Klopp doesn't end up at Paradise, please no. I don't think he'd be allowed in. And then, oh yeah, I knew that guy used to manage Scotland. Door closed instantly. I like Clark. He's not the worst cunt in the world. He's just not good enough to be a Scottish manager. Like I said, this is more like David Moyes territory. Looks like we're going for a more interesting approach though. Johnston's going to be coming on, and as far as I'm aware, Max Johnston by definition is on wings. So are we switching up our approach? Are we changing our team, or is it just a straight like for like type switch? Kind of hard to tell. But maybe we're going a bit more central, I'm guessing, based on that change, unless we're going to just play him there anyway. Be interesting to see what the shape of the team is after that substitution, but Robertson's got it from the pass back. He'll swing it as far forward as he can. Not actually the worst hold up. That's got to be a foul referee, surely, thank you. We'll take that. Good hold up play, Adams. That's what Dyke should be doing, but falling onto his shoulders today. I do feel a wee bit bad for Adams because he's actually done alright. Like, he's put a perfect pass on a platter for a tap in and not got an assist for it. I'd be fucking raging if I was him. I'll be dragging Dykes into that changing room going, what the fuck is your script, man? Had the actual balls to sit there on live TV a few weeks ago and say how he misses playing for the national team. Like, bro, I don't think many people are missing you. Can't fault the guy's character, but can I fault his ability to fucking finish? Absolutely. Needs to figure it out. 20 minutes in this game have basically left, whatever of additional time on top of it. Robertson with a cross into the box. It's somewhat dangerous, and once again it just seems like whenever we get into the box, the ability to take the right touch vanishes. That's another one. What's happened there? Well, the Danes are complaining about something. I guess it was an off the ball instant. He's trying to say there's arm. Johnston doesn't look too happy. He's just on the park. So what happened there? Well, he bounces up off his shoulder. I get why he's complaining, but it does come off the sleeve, and that in itself means it's fine. But it came off of the push as well, and I think that's what Johnston was pissed off. And he, wait, oh, it's Johnston that got booked. I thought it was the Danish guy. That's even more fucking cringe. This referee needs bottled, man. That's what happens when you go down, like, just don't get told no enough in life, man. You start being fucking like that. And yep, right on cue, those are going to be the attacking changes for the Danes. They're going to be bringing on Hoyland. I'm not sure who the other one was, I'll be honest. He was being covered up by the fourth official. No, not the smartest move for Johnston in fairness, but it was pushed in here. That's probably why it wasn't a red. Oh, never mind, they're going to check it, which means we're fucked! Because this referee has got a fucking stiffy for the Danes. It's guaranteed this is going to be a red. Even though it comes off his shoulder, even though he gets pushed, I guarantee you they'll somehow try and find a way to make this stand, and if they do, we've lost the game. And I'll be fucking raging, because a guy who's been on the park for less than 2 fucking minutes has basically cost us the match. He gets pushed into the ball, ref. If you do not fucking recognise how inertia works, I will be furious. But they'll just show him the still image, I guarantee it. How about you show the close-up angle where he gets pushed and pulled all the fucking while? Or the angle where it's clearly on his sleeve. But they're just showing all the worst angles they can get. How fucking typical. And even in those angles, it doesn't look like it comes off his fucking hand. It comes off the top of his shoulder. How's it a handball? It's not even below the fucking shirt sleeve, man. Fucking 2 right, man. At least you've got that right. Genuinely fucking hell if they had tried that. They rescinded the red, it's just going to stay as a yellow. Honestly, fair enough in itself. But Jesus Christ, the fact that they VAR'd that tells you all you need to fucking know. As they're explaining there, they were checking to see if it was a deliberate handball. If it was accidental, then yeah, the yellow would stay. But those changes have been made for Denmark. Hoyland is in. Which means they have about 15 minutes where they've got probably their strongest striker to get something on the board. "15 minutes left in this one. Hopefully there's a chance for us to get something in the kind of latter stages of this. It would be nice. Played out towards that far flank for Denmark. Good pressure for Scotland to keep him close to the throw-in line though, but equally good fucking play. 1-2 passing was clean as shit there. Anderson's going to get it, he'll just spread it across. Merla's been involved a lot in the late exchanges of this game, I should say. Played out towards the far side. Have they got a cut in? They do have a cut in. Cover the space, lads. They do eventually. Good stuff. I think it was Suter on the end of that one. Give him credit where it's due. Not the 2 possible Danish red cards. I know, not the ankle breaker on Christie or anything. Those don't get checked. Just the same shit as always. You get used to it once it's you realise it's UEFA referees. They just do this by nature. They pick a side and just give them everything. Danes have rode the luck at times, but at least they got the call right. It would have been obvious if they got the call wrong who he was favouring, but ball in. Decent, dangerous, not the greatest clearance by Johnston, mate. You need to get your fucking feet sorted and stop panicking. Manages to head the second one away. It's still dangerous. It's just fucking bouncy stuff right now. Whipped across. Oh, you're kidding me. I thought that nearly crept in. Johnston was there to make sure he tipped it in behind. He wasn't taking the risk, and honestly I respect it. You have a feeling it would be a goal like that that would win this type of game. Just some shitty little deflection that could have gone wrong. Corner kick for the Danes on the far side. That's what time we put up. So Scotland just, yeah, play it safe. Good header away. Think for Hanley there. Prioritising the safety of the ball, getting it away. 76 minutes been and gone. Still no breakthrough for either side, but both sides have tested the keepers a lot more in the second half. You'd say pretty much to the same tone actually. Good step out for Robertson there, just puts the pressure on. That's not a penalty, not even close. So we'll go play out for the back. Good touch for Adams. It's actually nice with the second one as well to keep the pressure on. He'll do his best to body it and he's still got it. This is good for Adams, man. He's doing what he can. No foul for that apparently, so he has to get up and try and win. But it's a foul for him now. And let me guess, a yellow fucking card. See this cunt? I hope you get fucking shot in the back of the head when you go out to the car park, you absolute poof of a boy. That's a yellow card now. So he can drag and grab fucking Adams by the dick. That's fine. But if Adams responds in kind and wins the ball back, I know, of fucking course, right? Yellow card instantly. Go fuck yourself, you yellow fucking wearing twat. Played short. Denmark have a chance for the outside of the area. That's a whip cross, and there's a few bodies there, and it could be dangerous. The header is very weak, though, I'll be honest, and they don't really set themselves. Goal kick for, well, goal kick for us, I should say. I was going to say goal kick for them, what the fuck am I talking about? Danes have played a respectable game, but the referee is just so inconsistent. Holy shit. One set of rules for them, another for us, it seems. Gunn's going to send this one as far forward as he can. Have a little update and check what's going on between Greece and Belarus. Belarus scored a goal! Look at them, go on lads. More effective than Denmark and Scotland put together apparently. Play the fucking ball, man. Oh, Dykes, mate, you are on a fucking... Dykes. Get him off the fucking pitch, man! Fat, lazy fucking prick. Look, every fucking time that I try and give players the slightest bit of grievance, give them the slightest bit of fucking let off, they do stupid shit like that and they remind me why I hated them in the first place. Just get fucking hussed on at this point, man. I do not care. Anything's better than that shit. Good fucking... That's a... This is fucking stupid now. What do you mean that's a foul? What for? But they're not kissing goodnight. Is that the fucking problem? See these fucking linesmen, by the way, man. Wasn't even close to... He's fucking onside. He's literally behind the man, but sure, you do you, bro. Fucking right there and you still get the call wrong. You need fucking Specsavers. You're sponsored by them. Consider fucking using them. Still dangerous out of the edge. That's going to be a goal, isn't it? Oh, fuck for you, man. I thought no one was going to step out to Højbjerg's shot, but fucking someone last second, man. Jesus Christ. Fucking Hanley of all people as well. I'm surprised I'm saying this, but Hanley's probably been the best defender out of everyone they do. Ironic as shit. Corner. Oof. Not really comfortable. Gunn's going to have to try and clear. That's got to be a foul on us, right? Yeah, like, just bodies the goalkeeper. Well, they ain't too happy about it, but yeah, he does collide with the keeper in there. Fair play to Gunn for keeping it in play though, but at least trying it. Oi. Sent miles forward. Let's see where this one goes. The referee just doesn't seem to be interested in giving us any type of foul whatsoever. I guess they can just pull our shots now. That's fine too. Fucking stupid. Played out towards that far side. They'll not roll it off across. They could be looking for any open lanes here. A lot of bodies in that box that are red. And they're playing some nice stuff outside the box. Calm enough. Keep it composed. Jesus wept. I'm glad I'm no longer invested in Scotland. Trust me, bro. We're all suffering in real time. Cannot argue. 30 years, not one striker away produced the same amount as Mongolia. Bro, I think fucking China has had more success with their strikers than we've had. Like, you think about the players that we used to have up front, people like Ali McCoy's, fucking Kenny Dalglish, Dennis Law, players like that. Now you've got fucking who? Lyndon Dykes, who isn't even technically Scottish. Switch the cross, dare not get the header away, but it's not going to be too threatening. What the fuck are you doing, Johnston, mate? Jesus fucking Christ, you are a bomb scare and a half, kid. Corner kick for Denmark, another one. Johnston really is getting absolutely battled when it comes to marking his man. He's just losing every battle. Technically he lost that battle to himself, he just had to header it and just bounced up over him. Corner kick for Denmark, swinging again. Well, I was going to say swinging again, but the referee has to make it about him because holy shit, every 10 seconds he has to blow the whistle. You just must like the fucking feeling it in your lips, bro. But to be fair, someone was pushed. Was someone pushed? I don't know, McGinn's... Oh, he was pushed, never mind. Still. No yellow card for a straight push. Fun. He's going to be offside there, surely. Ref. Ref. Yeah, I fucking put the line up now, like, bro. One, hit the target. Two, well, the goalie, son. If Gunnar Guerrero was born in Clydebank, he'd be coaching. Honestly, Jesus Christ, you're not even wrong, that's the sad part. Looks like Adams is coming off, and do you know what? He deserves a small round of applause because he's the only forward that's actually looked somewhat consistent throughout the game. Looks like we're going to get Hurst in, which is a nice sign to see, which I'm going to hope Dykes follows suit, but it's going to be Christie and someone else. So Christie and Adams, I'm not sure who the third change is, I think it will be Dykes. McLean's on for Christie, that makes sense to me. Hurst is on for Dykes. Which is not a bad shout at all. And obviously Big Ben Doke is on. Maybe about 84 minutes too late, but we've got some youngsters on the pitch. Let's see if Hurst and Doke can combine to see something. We've got a little glimpse of our potential future squad. The two that were just on had a very mixed game. Adams alright, I wouldn't say he was great or anything, but probably a 7 out of 10 for me. Nothing too specific, but made the best chance of the game and had some good passing and hold up plays. Dykes has just been very lacklustre. That's me putting it nicely. The man missed a fucking sitter, that in itself is enough for me. I know, walk the goal. I fucking hate how that became a thing. Just fucking hit it. If the keeper spills it, make sure someone's there to tap it in, and that's about the extent of it. But nah, we're just trying to be too fancy in the box. That is a good whip. Cross! That could have been dangerous. Johnston well positioned that time at least. Good hold up. Nice for Hurst. Brilliant for Hurst. Still going. Still fucking going, fair enough. He loses out in the end, but he had to get 4, and I think Phil's been given a yellow card. Brandish, there we go. Look, at least the referee's fucking... That's not a yellow card, I'll be fully honest. The yellow cards have been so stupid this game, but Anderson's now in the book too. Probably slightly overdue after he studied fucking like Adams in the nuts and... Yeah, just too many shot pulls, I think, in that one. Time is running out for either of these teams to find a winner. It makes me realise, by the way, that the last 4 fucking games that I've covered, not once have I seen my team score. The 2 games against Kairat for Celtic, both we didn't score in either of those and had to witness extra time and we lost on penalties. Then we draw with Rangers 0-0 and it's 0-0 between us and Denmark. Oh my fucking god, as soon as I said that, there was a half chance. I'm not sure if that was a deflection or a corner, but something happened there. Dokes forced the issue. Like I said, it's nice to see some youngsters force the issue. That was a lovely touch. Does well to try and force the shot away, just doesn't necessarily work out. Even Robertson has to give a fucking round of applause because that was control. Really good control. Watchdon Hills is a huge point when it comes to Greece. Like, that's what I'm saying earlier on, Stu. It's like Greece have this fucking group locked up based on this performance. Pretty sure it'll probably be 5 or 6-1 now. Still 5-1, fair enough. But then again, the Greeks know they don't really need to do too much. They've already got a goal difference of 4. Oh. Don't know what the referee was doing. The corner was being swung in. It wasn't going to be too threatening, but he stopped it before the ball was played in. So I think it'll have to get retaken. Same issue as what happened when Denmark were in our box. Hanley just kind of bundles a man over the byline. We'll have to retake and go again. Surprised they aren't trying to give fucking Hanley a yellow card for that. Can't enough ways. Swing it in with purpose. That'd be lovely. That has got some purpose to it. Not the greatest touch in the end for McGinn though. It's going to be a goal kick for Denmark. Michael Stewart is a rare breed. He's not such an obnoxious prick. I know. You're not even fucking wrong, that's the thing. Here we go. Awkward. Rolled into space, open. Burnley 1-0. I'm going to guess this is Denmark. Nothing's happening on my screen and we're in real time, mate, so... Or is that just your prediction? Maybe, I'm not too sure. Played out towards space. Whipped into open area. Good step into opening here. Højbjerg's got it from range, lays it across. Might just have a crack, there's a lot of space there. Whipped in with purpose, headed away, calm enough. But Denmark have gone for basically a full court press here. Whipped in again, dangerous, good save, it's deflected, saved into gun again. Good fucking stuff, big man, it was offside anyway. But I'll tell you what, good double save. If Højlund was onside, that could have been genuinely... But even if it wasn't, fucking excellent for Gunn. Nice to see. The goalkeeper making a save. And 2 good ones at that as well. But like genuinely, I'm very impressed with that. Offside or otherwise, the fact he was able to keep it, like, granted, not the greatest second rebound chance, but sent high and forward. Denmark will just let that kind of play all the way through to Schmeichel. That's fair enough, and then he'll just spread the play for the back 2 minutes, whatever's left of additional time. Let's have a little gander, see if anything's happened between Greece and Belarus. I think that game's probably going to end 5-1, I'll be honest with you. Time's running out for the Danes to get something on the board. Likewise with the Scots, still all square. Played into space, Højbjerg. Calm enough, lays it back for Christensen, switched across. Anderson, good touch. Oh, that's a really good touch actually. Dyer tries to force it, good feet, really good feet. This could be dangerous. Big deflection. Throw in the far side. Then what they can't try and force it. I think the Danes realise it's now or never basically. But still only 2 shots on target between the 2 of us. Just showed the stats there in the top corner. That is a poor giveaway for the Danes as well. I think they're getting in their own heads a wee bit. Anderson kind of puts his arms out as if to say, bro, shouldn't have passed it that quick, but Yeah, just kind of bounces up off his knee. Hard to control those types of ones. I'm Scotland here, I'll just throw this back to Gunn and send it long. The Scots are in good voice. All things considered, it's a much better point for Scotland than it would be for Denmark. McGinn's tried to claim the high foot rule, but I don't think he'd get away with that one, to be honest. Sent forward, good pressure. Johnston does enough to get in the way at least, but it's still throwing Denmark. Laid across. Let's see if they've got something going here. Right as the 90th minute approaches. Definitely nervous though, you're not wrong, Flash. Calm enough. Stay on him, Hurst. Does stay with him. The step out's a little over it, and that's just going to be, well, actually fucking great touch. I was going to say he would be put under some amount of pressure though, but just get it away. That's got to be a foul. We'll take it. There we go. 5 minutes of additional time, I should say. So there is still theoretically a chance for a late winner, but I think Scotland have kind of cemented themselves to probably playing for the draw, which is a tad disappointing to see, but honestly a point wouldn't be miserably bad, I'll be honest. Probably for that VAR check that took like 2 or 3 minutes, which is ironic because if that's our downfall, my god, I'll be so annoyed. Just send it high, Gun. As far forward as you can muster up. Give credit to the Danes though, they've not emptied out their stadium, it's still very much packed out. They're backing their boys to the end. You can always respect a country that has that type of fan base. Good steal for, well, really good steal for McGinn actually. The pass out wide ain't half bad either. Here's Doak. Tries to get past his man, tries to be a bit too clever with it. Stole back, Anderson just about gets the pass away. Damsgaard rolls it forward. There's a chance for them to maybe do something on the counter attack here. A minute has been gone of additional time. They still have it. Damsgaard might send this one long. Wyland's on the chase, doesn't win the first knock on. Scotland do well to kind of body their man and force enough time for the Scots to reset their shape, but in turn that's just opened up lanes for Denmark to get into space. Played short, rolled out towards that area. The touch in is decent, but an equally good challenge. It's going to be a throw-in. Time is still running out for them. Don't think I'll be too disappointed by this so far, I'll be honest. I think at this point a solitary point would do me. It's just I wonder how long I have to wait before I see a goal on stream. There's a Denmark player still down in the box, shot from range, big deflection, corner kick it will be. They'll probably attend to the man that's down and try and buy an extra minute or two. Still no goal at all, guys. I think it's going to end 5-1 in that match. Managed to get one back. Borowski with a penalty for the Belarusians. So Ireland that stayed the way he's trying to get his boot on. I was wondering what the fuck he was doing though. Fair enough. Two and a half minutes left. Corner kick to be swung in. Let's see where Damsgaard aims. Oh my fucking god, not like this. Oh, thank god he sliced it a belter. That was in territory for one of the greatest goals you've ever fucking seen if he caught that right, but thankfully Højbjerg slices that a belter. Like a butcher does bologna. Fair enough, boys. Fair enough. Don't really know what to say about this game because I'm not disappointed. It's a good point on paper. But again, given the fucking sitters we have missed this match, you have a feeling there's a slight missed opportunity. But again, I'm not too disappointed. As long as we can hold out, a late winner would fucking break me in half. I'm not even going to lie. So we just need to hold out. 3 additional minutes have been and gone. 2 left. Roll down the space. Is there any openings down that flank? They're going to use it anyway. Just try and force the cross, I would imagine. Yep, there it is. Calm enough header away. Give Hanley's credit, man. He's been very, very solid at the back for us. Played out to space. Good step in. Well timed for McLean. Crosses dangerous. Oh my fucking god, I thought that crept in for a second. Thankfully it's headed straight at Gunn and he can just fall into it and buy himself some crucial wasted seconds in this one. It was a lovely cross into the box. There was nothing wrong with the technique on it whatsoever. The header wasn't half bad either for Højbjerg, but he was always under pressure to get that either side of Angus. something's happened there, I guess. So, yeah, okay, fair enough. Offside call, I guess. 1 minute left. Denmark will basically throw everything at this. If they can force a corner, you know Schmeichel will probably come up and join them. Just do not fuck this now, boys. Top and away. Calm enough. Not too horrible. Damsgaard has it from about 40ish yards out. The ball's going to be just thrown in for the sake of it, headed up. And eventually picked clear by Scotland, and maybe a slight chance for a late counter-attack depending on the pace. That's not a bad pass at all, but Post was never really going to get to the end of that, and more importantly, just puts it in their half. The whistle should go now, but we know this referee's very favourable to the Danes, so they'll let it run as long as possible, but that's out of play, and that should be full time when the goal kick is taken. 5 minutes have been and gone. So all in all, not the worst. Wouldn't really say it's too horrible as a result. A nice little 0-0. It's nothing too bad, and that is full time. I can't be too angry at it. Can't be too pleased about it either. I think both sides will feel the same. They should have probably won the game if they took their chances, but just didn't really click on the day. The Scots and Danes both unanimously kind of agree. Like they have the same looks on their faces. It's one of those. I can't be too disappointed. If you want a little look at the table, you're more than welcome to take a gander. I mean, yeah, 74% of the ball, Jesus. I thought we had a lot more ball than that, but the last 10 minutes was quite dicey, to be fair. They were basically just all attack. But there's our table. I mean, it's not the worst case scenario. We're only really kind of teeing ourselves up to make sure that if we lose against Belarus, that would be fucking typical of us. But if we go and beat Belarus, then it will be an interesting kind of match-up between Greece and Denmark to see who takes that spot, because if obviously Denmark beat Greece, makes the table a lot closer. If Greece beat Denmark, though, then it becomes a big problematic match, because we would then need to go and win all of the next fixtures against them, and I'm not sure when we play the Greeks, or more importantly if we play them home or away. I know we're against Belarus away, but we're at home against Greece, so that will be an interesting one. That's going to be kind of the pivot match, if you ask me, because if we beat Belarus and then beat Greece at home, opens up the table, especially if we can get that result. And then obviously we've got Belarus at home, so realistically we need to win that game, ideally win that game if we can, although it's very unlikely based on how good Greece can play, and then basically get the other reverse fixture against Belarus sorted, done and dusted, and then we're against Greece away. At least we end at home, that's something. So if the table's still dicey, then fair enough, but I don't think too many of us will complain about that result, given the extent of things. You know what I mean? It could be a lot worse. Our own worst win. Honestly, we are our own worst enemy. That's probably the best way to put it. But I don't think there's too much else for me to cover on this one. What positives do you take from the game? What I can say, at least for what I'm seeing, is you've got 3 key things, at least in my opinion anyway, that are quite noticeable from that. The first is that the experienced players didn't let it get to their heads. Right, players like Hanley, players like Adams, ones that have been in the lineup for a long enough period of time, they didn't capitulate. They didn't have bad performances. In fact, Hanley was probably the best player on the park today defensively from my perspective, which is nice to see, because usually he is by far the worst. Usually it's like Suter or Hendry, or it would be fucking, you know, Robertson. It was like the one that you'd look at and be like, oh, they've been good. But I'd say it was honestly Hanley today. So give him credit where it's due. I'd say our attacking has improved a lot, at least in terms of the quick movement, the counter-attacking. We certainly can use that to our advantage, especially with the youth players that we've got up front, because that chance at the end of the game that we had there with Doak cutting in behind, yeah, we can catch players out on the break, and there is that. And the other thing is obviously the actual chance creation aspect itself, because usually we get about 4 or 5 shots a match. We actually got 11 this time round, so it's an improvement in terms of that. But same old when it comes to the actual finishing aspects. I feel like if Dykes just didn't take those extra 2 touches and just fired it, probably could have stole something from them, which would have been a very big result. It's still a good result, right? A point away to Denmark is never something to scoff at, but I feel like both sets of fans will feel the same, where they're like, we should have won that game, the other team were not at their best and we should have capitalised, but a point's a point. We're still in the fucking hunt. Doesn't matter. Either way, we're in the hunt for second at this point, because, again, you don't need to finish first to get into the World Cup. If you finish second, you can maybe get an automatic spot, but depending, most likely, if it's us, because we don't score that many goals, playoff system, and at least it gives us a chance just showing some other games now. We should actually have a little look to see. I'm pretty sure that one did it 5-1 runner. So yeah, Greece have that 4 goal difference. That will probably come in useful if things are as tight as they should seem. Oh, too right. Absolutely fast, man. You could not put it better myself. But, aye. It's one of those, I suppose. Like I said, I won't be covering the Belarus game. I might, depending if I have time. But as of now, just take my word for it. Probably won't be live. Really just depends on a few factors. But, yeah, not the worst aspect in the game we've ever seen. At least it's not pure depressing. At least I'm not sitting here, you know, scudded 4-0. Got to take the small victories where you can. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to find the other one. That's the chat bit. I should actually probably pull up the next time that I'm actually live, you know, for definite. Because that'll be on the 14th, if I remember right. Yes, sir. Let's have a little look at it. So, yeah, that'll be the next time that I'm, like, officially live, let's say. That'll be the game on the 14th against Kelly. That'll be, you know, about 2:45. You'll expect me to be live for. You know, hopefully we can actually see a goal get scored, because I've literally now watched how many fucking minutes? 270, 360 on top of extra time. I've gone nearly enough 400 fucking minutes without seeing any of my team score a goal. That's depressing as shit, man. If I hit 500, I'd probably start considering switching sports. God damn. Genuinely. Oh, yeah, definite silver linings to take for sure. Not the worst performance, not the best, has to be said. Kind of middle ground. We're going to get ready to wrap things up, so let's do that then. Good enough, good enough, good enough. Righto. That's basically everything that needs to be done in all languages. So let's wrap this up and get ready to chill. So, let's do that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming along. I'm sorry that it wasn't the most entertaining game, and more importantly, interesting, you know, worthwhile watching the whole way through type of thing. But if you've been there first for just a little bit of the whole stream, you're very much appreciated. Nonetheless, anyone that has subscribed or liked, we do appreciate that as well. But again, I think we cracked about 20 viewers at most at any point during this. Still half decent for a national game, and this is a Celtic fan channel after all. But like I said, we'll be back for that one literally not too long from now, in about 9 days. Like I said, I might surprise you with a Belarus stream, just maybe keep an eye out. Who knows, to be honest. It's one of those, right? But yeah, can't really argue with it too much. I mean, on the day, certainly not the worst result in the world. We'll take it. 0-0, still in the hunt. That's all that matters. A win against Belarus away is kind of necessary to keep us alive, but should absolutely be doable. There's people honking horns, probably happy at the result to some degree. For real, man, for real. Right, I think that's basically all the things done and dusted. So there we go. I'm going to bail off for now. Enjoy the rest of my night. Thank you for anyone that's joined us. Chateau Flash, cheers for moderating, brothers. We do appreciate you. But yeah, I think that's basically everything. I'm going to bail out now, enjoy myself, and try and figure out what plans for the rest of the night. We'll speak to you in a little bit. But hey, we didn't lose! Woo! Something at least. We'll take that. You know, small victories and all that good jazz, you know. Like, I mean, I'm saying small victories, it's more like small draws, or big draw. We'll call it a big draw. Just something to be somewhat happy about. Nice. But catch you after, guys. Been a pleasure to cover this for you as always. See you in the next one in 9 days or so. If not, like I said, you'll see me for Belarus. Maybe. Who knows? Depends. Until then, though. See you then. If not, it's Kelly time. We'll be there to, you know, scoff their pies and score some fives. That'd be fucking massive. Let's go. Catch you after, boys. Enjoy. Take it easy. Hail, hail, and have a good one. I usually say Celtic are the best team in the world, but this is a Scotland game. So Scotland are alright. They're good. Catch you after. Cheerio. Enjoy.